how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. I am so excited to be here filming this video. Avatar and Lethal are collaborating and they have this whole collection. Lethal came out with so many cool stuff based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. We have a cute makeup bag, we have palettes, we have liners, we have glitter, we have so many things, and I cannot wait to share it with you. I'll be doing close-ups and swatches of everything. I'll be creating this look that you see right here where I combined as many of the things as I could in this video into this look, and I do plan on doing more looks, so don't worry. There are 4 palettes, and I do plan on doing individual looks with all 4 of them over on like Instagram and YouTube Shorts as soon as I'm able to. I would have loved to do multiple looks for this video, but alas, I was sick the last couple days, so I did not have time to do more things for this video, but I did try to play with as many things as I could, and more looks are on their way. I'm excited to give each palette its own individual love because they are beautiful. Before we get into the video itself, as far as my accessories go, this necklace is from Shop Sun & Co, and these earrings were a gift, so I can't tell you where they're from, unfortunately. But alas, without further ado, let's just hop into all the details about the products in this collection. Like I said, there are so many things. I don't even think I have all of the things that are in this collection. I only have what they sent me. But everything is launching on Friday, May 31st at 10 a.m. EST. I will have the launch details down in my description box for you. And now let's just talk about everything. First of all, like, are you kidding me with this makeup bag? It is so freaking cute. It's soft and so adorable. We have the cute little accents with the inside and the zipper. It's just so cool. And this is a pretty big bag. Like, you could fit a lot in here. And like, even the back of it is cute. I just can't. This is like one of the cutest makeup bags I've ever seen in my life. Like, what a good addition to this collection. Also, the other cutest thing is the My Cabbages sponge. I'm literally not gonna use this. I have no interest in taking this out of the packaging because the packaging is part of what makes this adorable. Like, he's holding the sponge as his cabbages. Like, this is so cute, and I'm so glad they went with this joke from the show into this little detail. Like, this was perfect. We have the Sokka glitter gel. This is so pretty. I really like Lethal's glitter gels. I think they're really pretty. They add a really nice sparkle. They're really fun. I really like layering these on top of liner or for little accents like I did in this look today. They're just so cute, and I'm happy to have another one in my collection because these are beautiful. I have like 6 of them. I think they launched already. And I'm happy to add this one to the mix. We have 4 liner duos. Each one is based on like a character from each of the 4, like water, earth, fire, air, you know the drill. And one's just gonna have a solid color liquid liner and then also a multi-chrome liquid liner, and they kind of go together. They fit the theme really nicely. They are so pretty. We have the Katara set, Toph, Zuko, and Aang. Again, all the nations, and it's so cool. Katara's is this really pretty blue, and then this delicious like blue shifty multi-chrome. These multi-chrome liners are so cool. I think these duo liners were such a good idea. Earth's is probably my favorite. This like dark olive green with the like greenish blue multi-chrome. It's so cool. I also really dig Fire, this like deep blood red, almost like a dark reddish brown with this really pretty, it's almost like a rainbow multi-chrome because red's definitely the prominent color, but there's little hints of like blue and green and yellow. It's really, really cool. And last we have Air. We have kind of this light blue and then this really pretty like pearly white iridescent kind of multi-chrome. I believe in this collection there's also a highlighter and a lipstick. I personally didn't get those in my package, so we're gonna finish it off with, last but not least, the 4 palettes. I love that there's a palette for each nation. Like, we have dedicated water, earth, fire, air. It's so cool, and I feel like they did these so well. They aren't just basic monochromatic. They have so much more interest and thought put into these. I feel like you can really tell that the brand is genuine fans of this entity because there's just so much love, so many cool details. I personally love the show. It was one of my favorites growing up, and I feel like even as an adult, it still like holds up really, really well. And I'm just so excited about these palettes. I cannot wait to give these all individual love. So first we have the water one. This one's definitely very blue base. Like, this is probably the most monochromatic of the 4 in my opinion. Very blue. We have a pop of like cool tone brown, lots of shifty, beautiful shimmers. I feel like we have the perfect amount of depth ranging from like white all the way to dark blue. It's definitely a blue palette, but it's such a special blue palette. I feel like these shimmers are just so cool and they add so much interest. I like that this one in the middle almost has a little bit of a purpley shift. So transformative. Earth is probably my favorite. I mean, you guys know me, I love green. And this one is also definitely a green monochromatic palette, but this one has a lot more of a tonal shift. We also have the addition of like the warm browns, and this one's so cool. It almost has like, almost a little bit of like a rusty kind of undertone. It's really cool. And this Kyoshi shade is everything. I wore it today. It definitely inspired me the most. Love the swampy greens. We have the dark emerald. This bright Kelly green really offsets it nicely. We have such a good contrast of colors going on while still sticking with the green theme, still sticking with that earth vibe. It's just so cool. Fire might be my second favorite. I think this one is just so pretty. It's very much playing on like reds, but we have more than just red. Like we have the red, we have the oranginess, we have the burnt brown, the black, the gold. It's just so warm, so fiery. Again, so many beautiful shifty shades in here. These shimmers are so sparkly and so special. I am really excited to give this one in particular its own moment because it's just gonna be so cool. It's gonna be literally on fire. And last but not least, we have the Air palette. This one is pretty interesting. I feel like this one's the most like straying away from monochromatic out of all four of the palettes. Like we have a good mixture of colors in here. We have like light, airy, like yellowy tones. We have the pale blue like the sky. We have that pop of orangey red. We have just a fun mix of colors. I like this kind of shifty purple shade here in the top corner. There's a lot going on here and I'm really, really into it. I think this one's really unique. But really all of these are so cool. I think they'll all mix and match and play together really well. I mean, I played with them all together for this look, but I feel like you could mix and match any of them. You can play with them all individually. I think they all stand on their own really, really well, but they also blend really well together. And I feel like that makes them really good for the collection, being that they can stand alone or mix and match, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's the overview of the collection. I'm so excited about all of this. As a big fan of the franchise, I think this was done really well, but for now, I just want to pause here, get into the actual look, and then I'll break down and give you my thoughts on the quality of everything at the end of the video. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to dive in. I have a million brushes in front of me. I have so many products to play with. I want to try to play with as many things as I can in this one singular look, and we're just going to see how it goes. I want to pair all four palettes together. I think I want to use 2 of the liners. It's gonna be a whole thing. I definitely wanna use the glitter gel. It's gonna be an explosion, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm gonna start by priming with my pigment primer from Profusion. This is in the shade Neutral. Just going to run a little bit of this across my lids. We're gonna be doing cut creasiness today, graphic liner, glitter, literally everything is gonna be a part of this look. Oh, I don't even know where to start. I think for the crease, I wanna do not like a full Roy G. Biv rainbow, but I definitely want a little bit of like the reddish into the yellow, into the green, into the blues, kind of playing on that. So I guess I'll just start with the front. So I'm gonna go in the Air palette and take Council of Elders to start with. I'm gonna use this little Sigma E42 brush, and I'm just going to start just kind of lightly blending this in the front part. If anything gets on my lid, it's fine because I'm gonna be cutting my crease anyway. But I do just wanna start getting this shade going. So I'm using very little motions, just kind of doing round little blends to get this shade soft just in that front little pocket before I go in with other things. All right, we already look a little crazy, but off to a good start. Sticking with the Air palette for now, I want to take Egg Custard Tart. I'm going to use this little Game Beauty E07. I just have a bunch of random small brushes to help with this. Just taking this kind of like right on top of and right next to that red, just to start forming that blend as we go through the crease. The shade's really pretty, and I feel like that helped a lot with that red. I'll just kind of go back in with my red brush, no additional product, just to make sure everything is flowing nicely. And so far I'm really happy with that. Like I feel like we created a really nice orange in the middle there. I'm ready for some greens, so going into the Earth palette. I think I want to take this Ba Sing Se into this Kelly green color Dai Li, do kind of both because I feel like this will lead us into the blue nicely. I'm just going to use one brush though. This is my Blend Bunny B1. I'm going to start with that lighter kind of swampy green. And I'm going to place that first kind of, again, right on top of and right next to that yellow. Just like soft little motions. And as you can see, I'm also starting to inch it up. Like I'm not bringing my crease all the way down. I want it to all kind of stretch up and outward to give me a little bit of a winged shape. I'm gonna go in really quick with my brush from the yellow shade, just to make sure that's blending nice. And now dipping into that other green. And again, I'm just gonna use very light pressure and go right next to that swampy green. Ooh, that's cute. This is giving Lifesavers right now. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that swampy green and just kind of melt those two greens together. Ooh, that's looking really nice actually. Just kind of making sure that the blend upwards is still going strong. Like I want this to be bold and graphic, but I also want it to be blended because we'll get more of that boldness with the graphic liner when that comes in later. Let's go in with the blue now. Going into that beautiful water palette. I definitely want some of this dark blue Wolf Cove to be kind of the main blue, but I want to use Penguin Sledding to blend it out. I love that a shade is called Penguin Sledding. So I'm going to start with this Fantasy Cosmetica E02 for Wolf Cove, that darker blue. I'm going to tap it off because I really don't want much product. And I'm just going to kind of inch that toward the very tail of my brow. And then using that same brush, just taking a tiny bit of Penguin Sledding, tap it off. And I'll use that just to make sure that blue is really soft. And blending into those greens nicely and just kind of tapering off and away as we get to this tail of my brow. If you look a little crazy, that's good, but I'm already just like loving this. I think it's so pretty. The question is, do I add a black to deepen this up on top of the graphic liner that I'm gonna do later? I think I'm kind of feeling it. I feel like I need more drama. So I'm gonna dip into the Fire palette and I'm gonna use Black Sun. And this is gonna be very precise. I'm gonna use this teeny tiny little Game Beauty E09 brush, and literally right at the base of all of this, I'm barely touching my eye. I'm just gonna very lightly trace this black along where I imagine my cut is gonna be. This isn't gonna be super prominent at the end of the day. It's mostly just gonna be here to add depth, but I did feel like I needed a little bit of depth before I cut the crease. I just feel like it makes it look really crisp, it makes it look really pretty. So I'm just kind of lightly, as you can see, I didn't even dip in a second time. I'm just using that same little bit with very little pressure. Not to make it go crazy, but just to add that little tiny bit of depth. And I'm just gonna go through and kind of take my previous brushes on like their specific color with no additional product. And I'm just gonna lightly kind of go over it one more time just to make sure it's still blendy with that added depth. And if you were smart, you kept these in order, which I didn't. So I've had to like pause and figure out which brush went where, but we got here. And yeah, I feel like that just added a little something, you know, a little extra crispiness. And then when I cut the crease, it's gonna be like extra crisp. It's gonna have that little bit of drama. It's gonna be really nice. So I really wanna make this cut crease as crisp as possible. So I'm gonna go in with like another base. This is the white pigment base from Profusion. I'm just gonna grab some of this on this Unearthly 8-18 brush and putting some of this at the base of my lid. And then I'm gonna look up so I can see where on my eye it transfers. And then I'm basically just gonna go in and kind of continue that shape. Like I'm gonna go from my inner corner area, connect it to where it transferred naturally, and I'll just continue that line and that flow. The white isn't necessarily like super necessary, I just happen to have it. Like you could use your regular eyeshadow primer or anything liquidy, you could use a concealer, but this just helps make it extra super crisp. I mean, this is pretty. If you're looking for some pride inspo, I've done many a rainbow cut crease in my day, but we're gonna get away from the rainbow here in a minute. We're gonna switch to something else. I did want the rainbowy crease, but I want everything else to kind of do its own thing. And now my goal is to kind of play with the green shifty shadow that has my heart. I'm so obsessed with it. And I want it to kind of be the majority of my lid, but I want one of the shifty like orangey reds on the bottom. I think that'll be cool. And then I want to do a bunch of blue on the lower lash line. Kind of weird, we have a lot of stuff going on, but I told you from the beginning I wanted something kind of crazy. So going back into the Earth palette, Kyoshi is just like my obsession. Such a pretty shifty shade. As soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted that to be a main focus of this look, but I didn't want to just do a green look, hence where all the other colors came in. And I am still going to use two of the liners, I think, for a graphic liner kind of moment on this cut crease. But I feel like we're already off to just such a good start with that primer and like how I laid my crease shades down. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness, that's so good. Taking this literally all the way to that tail. Just kind of tracing that through. I really hope this look ends up being really cool because I feel like we're off to such a good start. I'm just gonna finish kind of covering the front half. This is just so pretty. I feel like these might be Lethal's best shimmers they've ever done. This is just absolutely insane. This is definitely a very emollient shimmer, so I would say make sure you use a small amount, like a little goes a long way. Because if you pile on too much, it's gonna get a little creasy, but so far it seems so good. Taking a clean brush just to blend at the edge of that. But especially using like thin layers of the primer, building up that shimmer slowly, I feel like that's gorgeous. And then going into the Fire palette, I don't know, I'm really inspired by Fire Lily. I'm just gonna take that same brush, but I'm gonna use the clean side. And I just want some of this toward the bottom of my lid. And I want it to just kind of be like this outer little blendy moment. I don't know, I think it'll be a cool combo having these two shimmers together. This shimmer in particular feels much less emollient, but I'm still just going in with little layers of it because I just don't want there to be too much thickness on my lid. I think that looks really cool, and the slight pink shift that's in that green shimmer that I laid down, I feel like complements the orange really well. This is so cool. I want to work on the lower lash line now. Like I mentioned, I want blues, and I do want to smoke out my lower lash line with a liner first. So I'm going to take this one from Milk Makeup. It's in the shade Time. I'm just going to smudge this all up in my waterline and kind of like right on my skin where my lashes are, just to get that really bold and blended before I add my blue. Just taking a clean pencil brush. This is my Blend Bunny B3 to start. I'm just going to blend this at the edge of that liner just to get it a little smooth before I go in with shadow. So I want to take Wolf Cove again, but then I want to blend it into Water Whip. Just going to smudge this right on that liner. I'm just using that same blending brush. Just getting that nice and smoky. I feel like playing with all of these together is really giving the Four Nations living together in harmony. Taking Water Whip now, that more medium toned blue. I'm just using this dual-ended Sigma brush, and I am just going to be blending at the edge of this blue. I am trying to keep it really concentrated to just my lower lash line. I don't want it to like go out here too much. I just want a nice smoky blue lower lash. It's really, really pretty. I want to go ahead and do my inner corner before we do the liner, before we do the glitter, just so you can see what the look looks like before you add the other stuff. I'm honestly thinking Moon Peach from the Air palette. I think that'll be pretty. I also want to use that as my face highlight. Just using this little Alter Ego number 6 brush, I'm just going to plop that in the inner corner. That is sparkly, that's really pretty. And then using my little Lethal Cosmetics fan brush, I'm just gonna highlight my nose, highlight my cheeks, all that good stuff. Ooh, this is such a fun look. I think this is so cool. I hope you're enjoying it so far, but we're gonna take it another step further. We're gonna add liner, we're gonna add glitter. So I wanna take 2 of the multi-chrome liners. I'm gonna take the multi-chrome one from the Earth and from the Fire. And I wanna kinda do both. I wanna play with the Fire one in the front and let it fade into the Earth one, because one has more of the warm shift and the other has more of that green blue shift, and I think that'll just go together perfectly. As always, it's really hard for me to do this on camera, so I'm gonna do my best. But ultimately, I need a mirror really close to my face to do this. But going right at the cut, I'm just gonna start drawing that Fire one very slowly, holding my breath. Going right till about there where the yellow stops. I will have to perfect a couple things once my mirror gets really close to my face, but I'm taking the Earth one now, and I'm just gonna kind of continue drawing this. I just want a really thin line of it. Something kind of like that. Nothing too crazy, but I feel like it just adds a little extra something. So I'm gonna match that on the other eye and get a mirror really close to my face so I can perfect it, but that's the general gist. Like, there's the comparison. I think the liner is just cool. It just adds a little extra something, and I feel like it goes with those colors perfectly. So then last but not least, I want to take the Saka glitter. It's like a gel glitter type product. I've used these from them in the past, and they're really pretty, and I find that they dry down pretty decently where I can use them like on the lid if I want to. But my personal favorite way is to either layer this on top of a liner for a sparkly liner or for a little inner corner lower lash line pop. I'm gonna take the flat side of this dual-ended Sigma brush, and I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it, and I just wanna kind of lightly add just like a tiny little accent to that lower inner corner of my eye. Yeah, I think that's nice. Just adds a little something, makes it very wet and icy and really cute. And overall, this is the vibe. I just need to add my lashes and pick out a lip color, and then I'll be back when I'm complete. Here's the finished look. I love this. I think it came out so cool. I just love all the different colors playing together. I love the sparkle on the lower lash line. I love the different shifts on the lid. Like, do you see how pretty? So many colors. I'm glad I was able to like fit so many things on my eyeballs. I think it's so cool. And I'm really excited to like give these palettes their own individual love on like Instagram and YouTube Shorts, like I mentioned in the intro. But so far I'm feeling very pleased with this collection. I think it's super cool. These liners are awesome. I feel like they glided and just did this work so easy. I didn't have any weird tugging or skipping. These are beautiful. I hope they stay like in good condition for a long time and don't like dry out on me because they're gorgeous and I want to use them long term. But this is the look. I ended up throwing on my bedroom lashes from Likely Makeup, and then my lip combo. I was just kind of inspired to do something kind of neutral and sparkly to let the eyes shine for themselves, but I went with the Talented Pencil from Rare Beauty, and then on top I went with the Bring the Bling Bling Butter Gloss from NYX over top. And yeah, I love it. I think this came out so cute. So let's zoom out and I'll give you my thoughts so far on the collection. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you had fun hanging out and watching me create this look. I felt so creative and inspired playing with these products. I think they're all so fun. I just love how well everything played together. It just felt like such a fun little makeup play date and I just had a blast. Obviously, as far as like the cuteness and the theme goes, the sponge and the makeup bag, like these are everything. These are so freaking cute. Like if you're not interested in the makeup products, but you still want to snag something from the collection, might I recommend either of these, whichever one you think you'd get more like joy out of, the bag or the sponge. This is gonna stay a decoration forever. It's just so freaking cute. The liner duos are so cool. I definitely can see myself reaching for these again and again. I'm probably gonna keep them here in my like filming desk for easy access for the future, because especially with like those multi-chrome ones, I feel like I'm gonna add those into my looks constantly just for like a little extra addition of something, or even like the solid color ones. I think they're really cool colors I don't really have. I know for a fact I don't have like an olive green or this dark like bloody rusty brownish red. I think these are so cool, very unique. And again, they just fit the theme so well. This glitter gel is cute. I already knew I liked their glitter gels, so that's not anything new to me, but it's a new shade. It's a new guy. It has the little avatar emblem, so happy to add this one to the mix. And of course, we have the palettes. I am loving these so far. I think they are so freaking cool. I think the quality is so nice. The mattes blended so beautifully. I really, really like Lethal's quality, and these shimmers seem like better than they've ever done. They are so extra rich, extra sparkly. They are just so beautiful. My only, not even criticism, but just like to be warned, that Kyoshi shade that I'm obsessed with in the middle here. Again, it's very emollient, so little goes a long way. You don't want to add too much or you're probably going to crease a lot, but I'm having good luck with it so far, but just be warned that it is very emollient. The other two shimmers I use seem to be just like more traditional style where they aren't like super slidey. But these are just stunning. I can't wait to play more with these. I can't wait to do individual looks. Just stay tuned. I promise I will be getting to these ASAP. I want to have as many looks as I can out before launch on the 31st. I can't promise all 4 will be out, but as many as I can will be. So just stay tuned over on Instagram and my YouTube Shorts for some additional looks coming up. I'm very, very excited. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm pretty sure there's also a highlighter and a bullet lipstick, if I'm not mistaken, in the collection as well. I just don't have those to talk about, but I'm pretty sure those exist as well in case those are also products you're interested in. And yeah, I'm just super pumped. I'm feeling inspired, I'm feeling excited, and I would just love to hear your thoughts. What are you thinking of these products? What do you think of the collection? Are you a big Avatar fan? What do you think of this look? I want to hear all your thoughts down below. If you made it to the end of this video, out of the 4 nations, water, earth, fire, air, which is your favorite? Leave emojis that represent that down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And if you wanna, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you want to, you can join my channel memberships. The link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.